because it's Friday. Mercury retrograde started Tuesday. We are 3 days in to Mercury retrograde, and her dollar store wearing. I walk outside butt naked, hot or cold. Can't do right to be right, trifling, dirty, horrible retrograde energy. Welcome, Mercury retrograde. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday Night with Friends. You're getting to hear how some of us feel about, how I feel. This retrograde energy we have this week. We are joined by the amazing Tony at Shining Hawk Healing. We've got Johnny and his battle axe, Tarot's Apprentice, and the amazing, good Lord Jesus, do it this way.
It's backwards, isn't it?
Yes, Sienna Rose. And I'm the one who figured out it's the opposite, whatever direction you want to point.
Oh, yeah. And that gets me every single time.
I'm going to blame Mercury retrograde. That's what I want to blame. And the only good thing I have is that there is this running joke that I started at work 5 years ago that we just blame everything on Mercury retrograde. So I changed my email signature and it's Adrian Coleman, director, blah, 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 Mead, blah, 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 paid advertising. And then I put at the very last hashtag Mercury's in retrograde, and it's going to stay there for a few weeks. And my one of my employees, because he's they're having really hot weather where he lives, and his he changed his to go hashtag summer. It feels like summer already because he's blaming everything on being hot. So there we go. I see a lot of awesome and familiar faces in the chat. Hey, Sylvia. We've got Jen Lynn. Hello, Tarot Living with Manasa. If you guys have not watched, go back and check out her amazing Mother's Day special that she did last Saturday. Tony and I got to participate. It was absolutely fantastic. I see Paisley. We've got our troll slayers, the amazing lucky girl who slayed a troll before we even saw the troll of the sleigh. So thank you, ma'am. You are always appreciated. Sharon, you always hold me down. Thank you very, very much. We'll let Judy, hello. We'll let some more people chime in while we start with my favorite thing, which is housekeeping. So I'm actually going to go reverse order. Sienna.
Hello.
What's going on with you, ma'am?
Well, tonight I'm here and we're having a great time. And it is Mercury retrograde, and we were supposed to get a package today, and they sent us the slip in the mailbox. So we go to pick it up, and they're like, "Oh, it's not even here yet." So that's been fun. We've been trying to figure that out. But I guess on my channel, tomorrow I have a pick a card reading that will be scheduled to publish early in the morning, and the reading is going to be on what your next steps are. And that's basically what we're up to.
And your prayer reading was absolutely amazing. We were gushing about you backstage. So guys, please go check that out. Voice that will make you tear up. Absolutely beautiful. So thank you for sharing your talents with us. Johnny, whose birthday is coming up.
All right.
In 11 days, math is hard. Don't judge me. In 11 days, we will do a live stream, no readings. We'll have one reading. It'll be at the end, positive message for the collective type thing. Everybody here has agreed to join, and we will also have Lori and two other people. I forget. I don't know.
Jen Lynn's joining too, right?
Jen Lynn.
Let me get me
yes, I'll be there.
Adrian, Jody, Tony, Sienna, Lori, and Jennifer Lennifer will be there as well. So we will have those people there, and we will be doing a soul chat type stream to where we will just go through some questions and discussions and things of that nature. No readings, no cards, no politics either. We'll keep our birthday clean for that day at least. Sunday we will be on the House of Lenormand, and next Friday we will be on Tony's channel, and that's it. That's all I got.
Tony, whose birthday is coming up sooner than Johnny's.
6
Happy
days.
What is going on with you, ma'am? What's going on in your world?
Well, I'm still working on my cards and getting them into packaging, and I'm working on the website. And did you say that we were doing something Sunday, Johnny?
No.
No, okay. So nothing on Sunday.
Sunday was supposed to be the soul chats, but I'm taking Lori's tarot class that day.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. I will be putting up another prayer for peace. I may put up 2 because I've got Johnny and Sienna, and I've got Adrian too, but I think I want to space them out a little bit. So maybe I'll put up 2, maybe I'll put up 1, but I will be putting up another prayer for peace video this week. So this weekend, probably Sunday. So that's what I'm doing.
I swear I didn't sabotage your prayer videos on purpose.
Oh,
I still get that. It's like all you had to do was read the prayer. It's all you-
And I was sitting there doing mine today. I was like, whatever Johnny did, don't do what he did. Because I was like, all like getting ready to start chanting, and I was like, no, heifer, read the damn prayer.
Read it.
Talking for
She
4
sent me
minutes,
like
you haven't
10.
read
And
the
I'm-
prayer yet. Read the prayer.
Because you want to know what's bad. I'm sorry to take us off the rail here, but we were like, okay, go to the video, leave a prayer. Nobody did. Everybody went to the video with the hearts and the stars and the moons, and oh, this is great, and yay. Leave a prayer, not just a comment. And then left a bunch of prayers, and then I didn't read none of them. So we here at Terrell's Apprentice would like to apologize to the people we're signing off.
You guys like really made me feel bad last week. So this week I'm using my cards.
You were done because I was going to ask at the end, are you going to use your damn cards tonight?
I'm using my cards today.
Thank you.
If he pulls out,
No, he's not going to pull out.
Oh, you want the battle axe? You want me to pull it out?
I was about to be pissed. I was like, he has his deck before me?
Which one?
Nobody has a deck yet.
Okay, I was about to have an
June
attitude.
15.
I was about to have an attitude. Okay,
That would have been lovely.
Your prayers for peace. What else we've got going on for you, Miss Shining Hawk Healing?
That's pretty much it. Why do it?
No, I was just making sure we closed out and we didn't go.
Because I interrupted.
No, that's the
sidetracked.
I was like, did I say something different
just
backstage?
making sure we got all of the announcements. I actually wrote mine down because it's been that kind of day. Mercury's retrograde. So I'd write mine down. So for Red Lentil Healing, those of us from Red Lentil Healing LLC would like to apologize to us for this. Just because I just feel like I should apologize. For some
I
reason.
feel like I owe you one here.
It's coming. So really cool thing. International shipping is now available on my website, and it is now location based. So Zimbabwe, Canada, Timbuktu, I don't care. It's between me and you. Just put in your address. It'll give you the shipping rates, and you can purchase. It's all based off of weight. So there you have it. Really, really excited for that because I had a lot of people asking about international shipping. Took forever to finally get the platform to do it. So international shipping is available.
And as soon as that happens, soon as that's like available, I get like USPS is not shipping to Australia or Ukraine or it's just
so,
like
yeah.
no.
It's back ended through another system. So it kind of will reroute and force, or it will default to UPS if USPS can't do it. So I have it set up for both.
So we'll have to talk. We'll have to talk later.
We'll talk. Also, new product alert. We've got the third eye opening oil, which I already have gotten feedback from 3 people who've already purchased. He said it smells amazing. So awesome. We've got meditation candles available, and I finally restocked the negative energy clearing candle. My house smells like candles. It's been a candle making week, but they're all now done and back on the web.
I love me the smell of candles.
And then I am, for those of you who've been asking, they were like, where's your next ghost story? Where's your next ghost story? There's a surprise coming up within the next couple weeks. That's all I'm going to tease you that way. So there you have it.
Products and services available at redlentilhealing.com.
Those of us at Red Lentil Healing LLC would like to apologize to Shining Hawk Healing for reading her for absolute filth last week for not having her cards, and now she's going to use them. Please go to Shining Hawk Healing.
You can pre-order your deck at shininghawkhealing.com.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Alrighty. Let's get into our questions. I love this question because I've been following this. So y'all know Lake Mead pretty much, we've been watching the water lines recede over the last decade. So as they're receding, and you can see the bathtub ring, they're finding all these bodies because, why not have a mafiosa hit and put the body in Lake Mead for entertainment purposes only? So since these bodies are showing up hot and heavy, they were able to do DNA testing on 2 people. That's how they were able to know they were definitely mob related. Will there ever be any prosecutions? Some of these discoveries lead to prosecutions is the question. When you decide to throw a body into a body of water, you should probably make sure that body of water won't recede.
How are they going to know? They thought it would never go away.
Just thinking. Not thinking, just thinking. Thank you, Lucky Girl, for putting that link in there for seeing us coloring book.
Yes. I forget to plug that every time, and every time somebody remembers. So thank you.
I'm just gonna plug it in a few moments because I had a joke leading up that was going to be the perfect plug for the coloring book. There we go. Will there be prosecutions for the bodies that they are finding in Lake Mead?
Oh my Lord.
What you getting?
These people, they were basically food.
Hello, Lori. Please go take Lori's. It may have already started, so I probably shouldn't be plugging in class. It's already started, but Lori has got a tarot class that has started. If you have not signed up, poo-poo on you.
So tobacco is an offering, right? So the Lake Mead had offerings that weren't necessarily herb related.
I mean, people are organic things.
And there was some patience and planning involved, like the people who were whacked. Sorry. And they ended up in this beautiful place. They couldn't enjoy it though because they were gone. There's a saying that the dead speak. The dead, I don't know the saying, but something about the dead having something to say. They became plant food. There was confusion about where they were. They became souls. And now they are talking. They're having their say. So, yeah, with all of the DNA evidence and all that stuff now, it's like they're going to have a field day finding these people and tracking them down. And hopefully some of these people are still alive so that they can see, you know, karma is a bitch.
So is like Mead, apparently. What she got, Johnny?
There is a case. Now, mind you, I don't have a broad answer. This seems to be focused on one person or another. The Nine of Pentacles, which is interesting. It's underground this time. That's security. That's that thing. King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. There is a man involved in the disposing of his adversary, but he is also dead. So it's kind of like there's a case that could be brought forth, but the person the case is against is also deceased. So yeah, but there is a woman attached to the person in the lake. So it's almost like he has a survivor. He has a wife or sister or something, some woman here, but her bringing a case is the only way that this sort of goes forward. Nothing is done. This is more like a conversation, maybe a Barbara Walters special or something, but I don't see a case in this situation because the person they need to bring the case with is dead.
Yeah. What do you get, Sienna?
Well, I have the full card where this is showing me that some of the people that were doing the killing and the, you know, dumping the victims in the lake, they're like, oh shit. Like, we didn't think about that. You know, they didn't expect that the water was going to recede that far, that kind of stuff was going to be found. The challenge before was, well, we don't have enough evidence to prove that, you know, what happened to your loved one or whatever. Now there's evidence because the bodies are being found. I have the Strength card. It's going to help. I think it's going to help a few people figure out what happened, figure out where their loved one ended up. And, you know, maybe it will help. It's going to connect some dots for some people who, you know what happened with their loved one at this time. And then it's like at this time they were reported here. And then at this time they were, you know, like found or whatever. They're going to find out what happened in between for a lot of these cases. Now I have the Death and I have the Eight of Cups. I mean, I guess this is a little bit, I'm sure it's not like, it would be a little bit too literal, right? Because, you know, they're finding all these dead bodies and stuff, but it's going to help the families to actually move on because they know what happened to the loved one. Instead of being like, well, are they still out there? Because I keep getting, there's like somebody who's missing and they don't know for sure if they're alive or dead, but they're in the lake. They're gonna find out, okay, so that's what happened to them. And then, you know, that's really painful, but they are going to be able to move forward with the next course of action. So yeah, I think this is going to be really, really helpful.
Johnny's got a chuckle on his face.
Mm-hmm.
It's not funny.
It's funny. Go ahead.
It's just one of them things that's so inappropriate that it came to my mind. But it comes to, well, never mind. Your turn.
And then I want to know.
No, it wasn't inappropriate. It was inappropriate to be laughing because of the way you said it. Is they don't know if they're missing or not, and they're in the lake. So like, I don't know why it was the lake.
Okay, that's where the body ended up. The soul could be anywhere.
That's so inappropriate, but it tickled me.
They'll find him at some point. All signs lead to Lake Mead.
Where they are, probably in the lake.
I think there's 2 so far, right, Tony? That they found. You're muted, Shug.
I've only seen the one that was in that floated up in the barrel.
In a barrel, wasn't it?
In the barrel, and
I think they found another one outside.
I'm sure they're going to be popping up.
They're going to be coming out. So I think 2, 1 for sure, Lori, maybe 2. I thought there was another one.
I feel like there's at least 3. Like somebody else is going to be found. They haven't seen it yet. Oh, I don't know.
Listen, there's 10 or more of these mother suckers down there. There's a lot
it's at least 3. That is at least 3. There's probably lots, but I feel like somebody else is going to be found real soon.
I think so.
Because when it worked once, use it again.
Yeah.
It's the barrels. I know it's not funny, but it's just like there's so many barrels that are going to be washing up on the beach.
What do they call that when they take some kind of tool or whatever and they basically scrape the bottom of the river, the body of water? What do they call that? I get
trawling.
Have they started doing trawling? Is that what it is?
Trawling or
yeah, I think so. I wonder, have they started doing that?
I don't think so. I think these things are just washing up.
They're washing up because the water has receded so low.
Well, I guess they don't have to. Then if it's that low. I don't know how big this lake is. I'm just like over here in Alberta.
It's huge.
I thought it was dredging, Lori. Yeah, dredging.
It's
dredging. No, trawling is something else.
This lake is huge.
Massive.
And now the water is down so low that people can't, put their boats out and things like that. It's that bad.
It's that bad. It is really, really bad. Here's the thing. It was you got the full card?
Yep.
I got the full card. I got death card, very similar. And to me, the challenge was the actual death. So kind of like Johnny was saying, these are old bodies, unfortunately. This is from back in the heyday. So a lot of the people who are involved are all dead. Mm-hmm. So you'll get closure. But the balancing act again is, do we prosecute? Because a lot of these are 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even 70s era. And a lot of can you prosecute the dead? So I think there'll be a lot of answers. There's going to be a lot of stability that's brought to the families. But again, I get it's going to be just a big burden though, because again, do you shine the light on this, knowing it's because you may be uncovering some activity that they don't necessarily want to uncover? So I'm getting probably no. It will answer where these bodies were, but the prosecution and bringing charges, no, because the ones that are going to be too recent, they're not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. The ones that they found, these cases are literally cold dead cases.
Can we just ask one more question?
Absolutely.
Is Jimmy Hoffa there?
Yeah, I saw that in there. I was going to say, let's see if Jimmy Hoffa.
Is Jimmy Hoffa in Lake Mead and not at the football? What football field was he supposed to be buried at?
Stadium. I don't know.
Giant Stadium.
Hi, Desiree. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Trillium. Hello, Spirits Beyond the Stars. Hello, Linda. Hope y'all are doing well. Hello, Melissa. Jennifer. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks to all 133 of you for joining tonight.
When did that guy die? Like, how long ago was that?
I don't know.
Hold on.
Jimmy Hoffa, when did he die?
Jimmy Hoffa died he disappeared July 30th, 1975.
Oh. 1975.
Thank you, Beth. Yeah. You looked it up. 1975. Jimmy Hoffa. Entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Don't y'all come for me tonight.
I just have that we might not like where the remains actually are. We might not like where they actually are. I was really confused why I had the hermit and the lovers, but it's like, I think the what is like for show or like the grave or whatever is around other people that he loved, but he's somewhere, the body is like by itself. This is entertainment purposes only, by the way. But it's like just a magician. Well, let's make it look like they're buried here. Like, let's make it look different than it actually is. I don't really know much about this. This is just what I'm getting. It's very weird.
I get he is buried close to home. He's actually not far away from where he went missing with the Four of Wands. Everybody's looking, and it was definitely a mom with the devil at the crown. He was getting ready to snitch or snitching on things. Yeah, he's close to home. I heard that as soon as this is the first card that I put out was the Four of Wands. It's somewhere closer. It's not like they took the body really far. It's I was looking, Michigan is where he went missing, so it's probably somewhere in Michigan. Shawnee, you got something?
I can say yes, but if I read the cards, because I just did the 3 and ended with the Ace of Swords, so I can say yes. But if I read the cards, it would say that he is in a burial plot near a church. And so it would be like a switcheroo type thing, like, oh, Mrs. Cragfish died, and he's actually in her thing instead of somebody else.
The Hierophant was
what I thought. Like, there's something is like kind of an illusion or whatever. It's not the way it looks.
That's he's in the cemetery down the street from his house. Y'all go look. What you got, Tony?
I don't know. I got water, but I it's probably not that. It might be the direction of south. But there's a switcheroo kind of thing, and it happened, in the shadows. He was a snitch.
That's how it ended up. Was the 6 of
Pentacles? Whacked. So he had to transform. And that brought a little bit of balance back into the organization because he's gone. So that was the purpose. The purpose was to get him gone. I agree, you guys, that he's might not be in the water, but he may be someplace in the. I don't know.
Peace be with you.
Could it be South Jersey? Where did he? Oh no, he was in Michigan.
It was Michigan. It said on the Wikipedia. Everybody's gonna be so disappointed when they dredge up Lake Mead looking for Jimmy Hoffa and he ain't there.
Find like 20 other skeletons.
What was it, Johnny? Mrs. Crabtree's body is there.
Gladys Kravitz, everybody.
This old lady with these knitting needles.
Like Sienna said, all these other skeletons, but no Hoffa.
And they're sticking out of their ears. The knitting needles, like.
There was a story. What store was it? It's a store. Oh, never mind. I don't know where it is. It's a store somewhere. They found a mummified body in the walls of the store. It's like people just stash people anywhere. I mean, okay.
Like that would be like a Walmart or like
it was some kind of store.
Oh, there's a store.
Walmart.
I know Walmart is bad, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Walmart.
Working there is just so bad.
If you really want some life, go to the walls.
Those poor workers.
Oh my gosh.
Did the smell not tip anybody off?
I mean, it was probably, I don't know.
Or like where was it somewhere so dry and hot that maybe it didn't stink? I don't know how that works.
Well, don't they, like, when they make a store like that, don't they just tear it down from tops to bots and redo it? Because, I mean, they would have come across this body, right?
Only if it's not in a mini mall. If it's a standalone building, they built it from the ground up. I didn't read the whole story. Convention center. Is that what it was? I remember something. It was where they had a thing in the wall. I can't.
How long have you been there?
That's my thing. Like, what the hell?
How long were people walking past and had no idea? That is Like, this is the stuff I think about.
Oh, y'all nachos stink. I ain't getting no food out of here.
Mind you, right. And mind you, clearly no empathic psychic medium worked there. Because we would have been like, y'all don't see little Jimmy walking back and forth.
Yeah, something would have been really, really weird.
Lori was saying, did we hear about the discovery of a pack of McDonald's fries found behind a wall after years, and it was still in
perfectly
shape?
preserved.
Oh,
listen, I
gross.
don't eat the McDonald's French fries when I got that craving. I know it's cancer in a tube, but it's delicious.
They say don't eat food that even mold won't eat. Listen,
Like Twinkies.
It happens.
Do not deteriorate.
And then barbecue.
Don't make it taste good, and I won't eat it.
Don't put a whole bunch of sugar in it to make it addictive to make me want to eat it. So
I mean,
I know, a lot of salt.
Sugar and salt.
Make it salty and crunchy, and I cannot stay away from it.
Listen,
Crunchy.
especially crunchy. God no. They say crunchy food is the Black woman's kryptonite. They say that.
it was for my sister.
good.
She ate ice by the handful. It's crunched.
My mother used to eat ice all the time too.
My mom, pork, anything crunchy, pork rinds. That's just.
I know. I'm still looking at that Wendy's Frosty and
I know that sounds so
I
good.
have
didn't
a
get
tube of Pringles on the counter, and now I really want them.
Go look at your Pringles. Go see.
I'm gonna get my Pringles. I want them.
We keep
I
our
forgot Pringles cream. Not sponsored, by the way.
Johnny from Taylor Apprentice or see it. Dog it, Adrian.
I swear I ate so many Pringles when I was in high school. I used to collect the cans. I had them stacked up. I don't know why.
I love a Pringle.
Love crunchy food.
Love
They're not potato chips, though. I just read, so I watched some video about the history of Pringles that they had to change the name because they were made with something that wasn't just potato, so they couldn't call it potato chips. So they called them potato crisp, and they got away with the advertising on it. So I don't care if they are monkey feet. Just put them in there and give it to me.
And put that sour cream and onion dust on top.
You know what? I just love that they come all stacked in the tube, and you're not just paying for like a half bag of air.
Thank you.
You get as many as pretty much it's filled to the top, whereas the bag is just like, what the fuck is this?
And
Sorry, I'm trying not. I don't want to get you in trouble.
they're not all crumbled up and broken.
Those are my sentiments, though.
I say that all the time, and my husband goes, "It's by weight. It's sold by weight." And I was like, "Well, make a smaller bag."
They put the air in there so
I would
the
always
chips
get so
won't
mad
break.
as a kid. My mom would say the same thing too. She's like, "I know."
But I'm not paying
That's why they say they do it. Yes.
so they don't
So
break.
the chips don't break.
Yeah. But I'm
Is
still-
it
Yeah, but
true
they end up
that
broken.
the guy? Is it true that the guy that like founded Pringles or whatever are his ashes actually in a Pringles can? Is that real?
I don't know, but hopefully that ain't for sale because I don't need no surprises now.
Well, I mean, obviously not. But, you know,
Uh,
that's just like, I thought that was really funny.
I mean, that would be something I'd do. If I founded Pringles, put them in a Pringles.
Like, what flavor? Would they put them in the original? Would they put it like sour cream and onion or something? Like, I don't know.
Listen, I just thought that I actually, because I'm in the process of redoing my will and my directive, I actually think I'm going to say, put me in a sour cream and onion Pringles. Take that money on them $300 little urn things. Just put my shit in some sour cream and onion Pringles.
There's a song, When I Die Young, Bury Me in Satin, Lay Me on a Bed of Roses. I'm like, put me in a black trash bag and set me on the curb. I don't need this anymore. Who cares?
It's already hard enough on my family that I died. They don't need to pay $300 for a box to put the dust in.
So y'all go cry around it. Get away from me.
So yeah, he was buried. Well, some of his ashes were buried in a Pringles can. He was 90.
Okay, so that is true.
He was 90 when he died, I guess.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That is kind of funny.
Yes, absolutely.
We're gonna keep talking about Pringles, and I'm hungry. Listen, let's get to our next question. Yes, Tina, God bless you. Uncle Joe, are you gonna cancel the student loan debt? What's gonna happen with our student loan debt? Is it gonna be canceled, curbed, reduced, or will it go after September? I think it's August 30th and September 1st. Will it go back to normal with full interest? So, what's going to be the status with student loans? That was the whole point, Tres Leches. I want somebody in my family to go. My nephew eats Pringles like that. I want him to go and think he's going to eat some Pringles and sees Auntie Adrian's dust and get slightly traumatized. What happens when you're unwed and don't have children? You get to think of ways to torture people from beyond the grave. And happy Friday the 13th to you all. Please go watch some good spooky movies tonight, drink a glass of wine, and just decompress from the week that Mercury retrograde has brought us with her dirty Dollar Tree wearing panty ass.
Because all of my shipments are delayed. All of them. Now, mind you, it ain't like I'm waiting on, cancer medicine or nothing. So don't cry for me, Argentina. It ain't but jelly that I can't get nowhere else but Walmart.com. And it was supposed to be here 2 days ago. And I'm like, where is my jelly?
Hello, Sonia. Thank you for joining us.
Where's my jelly? Must be jelly because jam don't shake like that.
Yeah, they told me I wasn't ready for that jelly. So.
Your body's so bootylicious, baby.
You don't need this. Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. Hi, Dozen Cats. Whoever wants to go first.
Excuse me. Sorry. It's kind of unclear at the moment. I feel like they cannot agree. People cannot agree on what to do because there are some. I don't know very much about this whole thing, at least in the States, but I feel like there's some really powerful people that are for the forgiveness or the reduction of the loans, but there are some really powerful people that want to keep that system in place, and that's why it's just so hard to come to some kind of decision because. The people who are like for it, they're saying, well, these students have worked so hard and, they're gonna, they would pay it back if they could, or, if they could find a job, if they could, whatever. Ideally, they would, but sometimes circumstances just don't really allow that or, whatever. So anyways, whoever it is that wants to keep the system in place, they're like, no, we want to keep this because it destroys what we're comfortable with. If we forgive the student debt, how this is going to hurt us, we're going to suffer as if they don't have enough money already. I don't know. But then the people who are for it, they're like, no, this needs to change. Like this is not working. We need to do something else about this. It's almost like we're digging just a deeper and deeper hole and it doesn't help anybody. They will come to some kind of agreement. I don't know if they'll forgive it completely because people are still going to be a little bit disappointed. And I really want to sound more positive than that, but maybe they'll give some of it. But what I'm hearing is better than nothing. So they're trying to figure it out.
If it's $1 better than nothing, I guess.
Shit. Change the interest. That alone can help most of us pay these motherfuckers off. The fact that
instead of just adding more and more and more
before we even graduated, are you kidding me? Okay, that's a whole. Tony, what do you have?
I have that. It's people are talking about it. It's in the wind. People are discussing it, figuring out how to do it, how to allow these kids to follow their dreams. How does that happen? A lot of people are listening and speaking about how to sweeten the deal so that people can get, further than they might have gotten, with all of this debt. But but there's confusion about it. What do we do? How much do we take off? Do we take off anything? What's going to happen to the people who are well off? Do they also get theirs forgiven? It's going to take a lot of listening to our gut, listening to our intuition about what should happen, what's the best way, and hopefully we'll come to, I think it's going to be a portion regulated, some kind of portion that, it's mysterious what it's going to be, but regulations will come out so that these kids will have a little bit better chance in the world. So yeah, I think Sienna's right. It's not going to be the full thing, but hopefully it'll be something more than just, what do you call it? A gesture.
Yeah, more like, the workplaces where everybody is like worked way too hard and the boss gives them pizza and appreciation, where it's like, okay, you might as well have just given me nothing. Like, it better not be one of those situations. It better not be like pizza and grape soda.
Let me tell you, Sage Burner, if you know, you know. What she just said, if you know, you know.
I gotta look.
And Jaconda also put that if we can send 30 billion across the water, why can't we do it here? Like, I understand Ukraine needs help, but stop trying to feed people down the street when there's somebody in your own house.
And you have billionaires who are buying Twitter for $40 billion or whatever. And there's people starving in the country. There are people, there are people who don't have jobs. There are people who need help, who need something. And you want to take a public company private just so that you can get your rocks off. I just don't understand what is happening with humans in this point in time in our history. It's just so.
I think the problem is your foundation isn't the same anymore. Your priority for foundation isn't the same anymore. You're more obsessed with the greed and the want in the right now than building a workforce, an educated workforce that can make your country grow and keep you competitive going forward. If you have because we have some of the best universities in the world. So if you come here, or if you are here and you go to school, and by the time you leave school, you are indebted to the point to where you never, ever seem to be able to pay that off, what does that do to your workforce? The workforce is now crippled by debt, and then the future workforce doesn't want it, and so they don't become as educated as those in the previous generation. So then your GDP falls, and then next thing you know, your country is not competitive with the rest of the world. So priorities. I want things right now, though. Give me money now. Give me things now. Okay, fine. But if I can't pay you tomorrow, if I can't work in a better job tomorrow, if I can't get an education for the tomorrow, what does it matter for right now? What are you going to do later on when your workforce is diminished because nobody's educated enough to do those jobs or to make you your dividend? So I get no-ish. I did a reading on this before that he has something here that he would like to do, but his hands are kind of tied. 8 of Swords. There's a legality, there's a logistic that he can't just wipe the whole thing off. The 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, there has to be a strategy about moving forward. It's not as plain and simple as just writing something off, but then again, if you can find a way, okay, because if this was an emergency or something push come to shove, you'd find a way. You can find a way. This is your own populace, your own citizens you're talking about. If you can't build them up, help them and edify them, then what the hell good is a government? So you can find a way, but there you go.
I should not pick topics that I'm too emotionally invested in to read on tarot reader's mistake. But I love the question. Start off with my yes card. Yes, one of my yes cards, Ace of Wands. However, though, people are not going to be happy. So with the 3 of Swords, they're actually going to feel betrayed. I think the people who voted these people in on the premise of student loan forgiveness, reduction, removal are not necessarily going to get what they want. Some people are going to be very happy about this and celebrating. Some people are going to be burdened. So I think, and here's the thing, at the end of the day, greed is what is driving it. Not necessarily greed, like our gut, like Biden himself wants to be greedy. It is the lobbying, the interest of people in their ears. You can't do that. You can't do that. Well, you know, Becky paid off all her loans. How's Becky going to feel? Fuck Becky. God damn it.
Good job, Becky. You paid off your loan.
Congratulations. If I could pay my hose off tomorrow, I would need to meet her kids.
So, you know,
to have theirs forgiven because I knew what it freaking took to pay that off. Stop.
I hate when they say it's not fair to the people who already had to pay it off. It's like, well, they paid it off before you changed the rules. Suck it up.
Listen, it's not.
People out there actually need help.
What about the people who are in jail for marijuana? What about them? You know, this is not fair that they went to jail and now it's legal and now they can't get a job because their record is all messed up because they had to go to jail because they sold weed or they bought weed or they.
A little bitty joint, a little bit of reefer on them. Life is not fair. Suck it up. We got to come up with a plan, though. That is the thing. They are struggling to really, like Johnny said, there may be a legality, but then wasn't there a legality to send $30 billion of aid to Ukraine?
They found that money
real quick. You can find it. You can do it. There is money.
Prioritize it.
You have to prioritize it, and that's the thing. The word of warning is you still have people holding on to that mindset. But yes, something is coming. Keep in mind, though, again, the challenge is heartbreak, betrayal, loss. It's not going, like, I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and my loans are completely forgiven. There's going to be a give and take, like all of you say. It's just not going to be magical.
You just drew the Ace of Pentacles?
Yeah.
I always find that one a little, especially maybe Deck chooses the reading, a little interesting. It's like, because it's coming out of the water. It's like, I know you're drowning, but here's a little something.
There's a little something.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a little something. And I hate to, and everybody who's saying 10,000 in the chat, I have a very unfortunate reality for you. A year and a half of school, because all student loans, they removed the rule where they're unsubsidized. So the moment you take out a loan, it is creating interest. I hate to break this to a lot of you guys who think $10,000 is a lot. By the time you're done with 1.5 years of school, while you're still in school, you have already accrued $10,000 in interest.
Mm. And some people
Which is why everybody leaves with $43,000 plus in debt.
So $10,000. That is. Please look at how much it costs to even go to a state school. I know you all mean well, but as somebody who's currently working towards an advanced degree, that is, and somebody who has been in academia for a very long time, $10,000 ain't nothing.
And then you don't, and then you're so in debt, you can't pay it off with one job. You have to have 2-3 jobs to try to pay it off. And when
you have to feed your kids.
Right.
And pay your rent.
DeVos was in office. Oh my God. She was cutthroat. She did not care if they found that you owed money from 1920, she was coming for that.
Yep.
And you better have it or we're going to put a lien on your, and she was cutthroat.
Using her brother's collection agency to come after you and get your money.
Oh, convenient.
And you know that they got guns.
Don't pick readings to do that you're emotionally attached to. Adrian. All right. So speaking of attached and touching, Andy Dick. Andy Dick.
He has a fitting last name.
Yeah, very fitting. I'm going to let Johnny get his life together real quick. Meanwhile, to pre-order your deck from Shining Hawk Healing, please go to shininghawkhealing.com to order Sienna Rose's amazing.
I'll provide the elevator music while you're promoting the product.
Of positive thinking, please go to your nearest Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com. Lucky Girl put the link in the chat. And
thank you.
Please, if you want to be like us, okay, well, like them because they're amazing. Please sign up for Lori's tarot class at the Way of Positive Change, or if you can't do it right now, go sign up for Johnny's class that will be starting in August. Tarot's Apprentice at gmail.com. Okay. And Tony.
And don't forget to go to Red Lentil Healing for, this is a meditation oil, and this is an aches be gone, aches and pains be gone. This stuff works.
Okay, while you're doing this, I will be right back.
Stuff works.
I'm so proud of my daddy. He went on my website and bought some.
Because it does work, though.
It
but
does.
Then they'll call me and be like, how do I log into my checking account? You know. You're just choosing.
And I'm very proud of myself. I have not been spilling my meditation oil.
Yay.
The first bottle, it's mind you, she gave me. I spilled half the bottle in just one. Okay, in my defense, not in my defense, because it still was a stupid thing to do. I put the oil in the hand, and then I put the dropper back in the thing. I don't close it. I just put it back in and did the whole thing and got the smells and why am I being victimized when I'm doing a good thing, spirits? I'm spraying, and then I go grab the bottle and do this, and it slings and it flings all over.
It'd be like that sometimes.
And that's all right, though, because now the whole room is a meditation zone.
I do it while I'm making them. It happens. It's okay. Kathleen, I just got your order. Thank you very, very much. Okay, Lori's class is full. Congratulations, Lori. I'm so glad your class is full. Yay.
Sylvia, you need the aches and pains? I will send you some.
We'll get you some aches and pains, Sylvia. Okay, Andy Dick. I'm sorry. I got the word. His last name always makes me a little sidetracked in life. Andy Dick was arrested while on a podcast for felony sex charges.
Wait, did they burst into the recording and be oh my god. Sorry, that's just
He got a little history, a little touchy, gropey. I remember back in the 20s, 2000s when he was a little touchy-feely. So what's going to happen with these charges?
He did a lot of gross stuff. I'm just going to say.
Yes, tres leches. Come on now.
Ooh.
What's going to happen to Mr. Andrew Phallic Simple? Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. This ain't looking good. Ooh, this ain't looking good. What? Well, let me see. Okay. What y'all getting?
Go ahead.
Okay. So, entertainment purposes only, obviously. There's a lot of women have spoken out. I feel like it's women and men. I think I think it's both. I think he's done inappropriate stuff with both. But there's somebody really, I don't know, somebody that he thought would never speak up who actually is saying something, or maybe she had something to do with him being arrested. I don't know. He ruined a lot of people's lives with this kind of behavior. And that's just kind of me putting it very simply and without swearing. But yeah, he ruined a lot of people's lives. And I liked seeing the justice card here because, maybe he gets something really serious and kind of punishment. But it just shows me that the people that he's hurt will... I know it's not going to fix what happened. It's not going to make the trauma go away. But maybe it will help a little bit with healing. Seeing that he's not getting away with it anymore. I have that this Three of Pentacles, this must be his legal team. Because they still want to pull the well, he's a celebrity. He can't go to prison. Like, we got to work something out. You know, wanting to keep him comfortable. I feel like they kind of walk on eggshells around him. Even it's a weird feeling that's coming in. Also, just for entertainment purposes, I'm just saying, I got 7 of Swords here. It would not surprise me if he tried to, like, falsify some kind of information.
I got 7 of Swords.
There's something that he's not going to be honest about, but it's going to blow up in his face. They're going to realize that he's lying.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go very well for him. I really don't. But I don't have, like, 8 of Swords, so that's my jail card. I don't have anything like that, but there is punishment. There is some kind of justice for the people that he's hurt.
Very similar to what you got, Sienna. What you got, Tony?
I got the jail card.
Oh, good. Somebody gets the jail card.
Jail card. He's celebrated, but dude, you better move on.
Jace or Nosh. Jace.
He's got the Wheel of Fortune, and justice. So
Jace.
I didn't know he's gonna try to stand his ground, but he may have to make some decisions about getting out of the business that he's currently in, because nobody's gonna trust him. Nobody's gonna trust him. No, we don't want you on our side. Sorry.
I need my lighter. I gotta light some Palo Santo now.
I feel like those decisions may not be his alone. So it's like you don't need to decide. We're going to decide for you. Bye bye. The 6 of Pentacles, which would be your opportunities to gain and give, is the 10 of Swords. So I think his in particular career is in particularly done, because I think this snowballs. Something in this snowballs. There is 3 women that will be doing some talking, possibly one doing it in writing, but there will be some talking. There's some messages that are coming about 3 women. However, they know each other. It's like they either work together or there was a party or something. He is yeah. There might be a lawsuit brought, but there's one woman prominent. She will be at the center, and then there's others who will sort of trickle out. So, and this is not part of the reading, but do look for maybe a small little resurgence in the metoo movement as well. So you may not hear just him. There's going to be a couple more, possibly 2.
I don't get jail.
You're on mute.
Me?
No.
Sienna.
Oh, Sienna.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying that really resonated with the resurgence of the Me Too thing, because it's people that thought they got away with it last time around. They're like, oh, crap. Well, don't abuse other people, I guess.
Oh, crap, indeed. Oh, crap, indeed. Listen, a lot of them, not just Andy Dick, are still living in this fantasy world with the 9 of Cups. I'm still living in this world where I'm untouchable. I'm this wishful thinking. I got away with it. My name wasn't brought up in the last one. But mother sucker, this is your challenge. It's the Judgment card. This karma card, my dude, is coming for you. Sienna, I am so with you. I got the 7 of Swords in the past. This mother sucker has been lying or has lied about something.
Mm-hmm.
And that truth is coming for him. He's going to really wish that he had spoken up and said the truth about whatever happened in the past. With the Page of Swords and the 6 of Cups. Something is about to get illuminated, though, with the sun in the here and now. He, in his mind, because I keep hearing with this 9 of Cups, he's living in this mind of delusion, because in his mind he's like, oh, I'm fine, I'm victorious, okay, because the 6 of Wands is in the emotions, but his career's done. He's going to be 7 of Wands. It's in the word of warning. He's going to be battling, and he's going to have to find a new career, new something to start over. He's going to have to start over.
Maybe he can go to Walmart.
Yeah.
How do you think they would want?
He's 56. He looks older. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's what
Someone in the chat said they were surprised he was still alive.
That was Jason. I sprayed her ass for being petty.
That's what he gets for being a dick all his life.
Yes.
And by choice, not just by name.
By
Yeah.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
Nasty buzzard. Okay. Speaking of you know what? I'm not even gonna say the transition I wanted to say. Because I don't want to get demonetized. Brett Favre.
Oh.
I can't even say this with a straight face. Okay, Brett Favre, former NFL quarterback. Here and there. So here's his thing. He and a couple of pro wrestlers, they own these property. They own rental housing. What has happened is somehow, some way, they've been caught up in a welfare fraud situation. So they're wealthy enough to buy, at least if they put their monies together, could at least put in a good offer to buy the Twitter. They've been caught up in a welfare fraud because basically they were skimming off the top, devaluing property, saying that this, whatever, so they can get kickbacks for like the Section 8 kind of situation. These organizations don't need this government assistance, yet they're getting it, and they themselves are not on the welfare. Because again, it wasn't like they were using the money to put back in. They were getting the kickbacks and putting that money kind of back in their pocket. Kind of like when Big Frida got caught up for saying that she was still needing welfare assistance when she was not needing it and then had to pay back $75,000. So why did they take part in this knucklehead scheme? Why? Did I explain that well enough, Johnny? Did I miss any details? I don't think I did.
That's it. And then the irony of one of the pro wrestlers' name being $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase. It's like, okay, but you need food stamp money to come into you for what reason exactly?
Why did they do this? Harrison fell out. So did the King of Pentacles and High Priestess.
Short answer, because they thought they could get away with it. They thought they'd be able to keep it secret. They thought it was going to make them rich. And they're like, oh, with this kind of money, with whatever they thought they were going to be making, well, with that kind of money, it won't be hard to keep it quiet. They were concerned about, and this is weird because I'm sure they already lived in relative comfort, but they were concerned about that. And like, it was like they wanted more. It was not a well thought up plan with Page of Wands and then Page of Pentacles. It didn't really pay off the way they thought it would. I don't even think they got as much out of it. They maybe did get a lot out of it, but not as much as they were hoping. It just wasn't, they didn't really think that through, I don't think. That's the feeling I got.
What'd you get, Johnny?
Thievery. Because they're thieves. I mean, you can call them something else, but call a thing a thing. 7 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. 6 of Pentacles is charity, and it's literally socialism, the 6 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords, stealing from social programs, because they're thieves. And Brett Favre, let me hush too, because I was going down the same road just now.
Dang it.
Just Google him in his Crocs, and you'll see what I mean.
Oh my
So classy.
gosh. So they were looking for the success that they thought it was a sure thing. This can't go wrong. We got a
Famous
lot
last
on
word. What could possibly go wrong?
Let's get together, make it happen. We know what to do. We know how to do it. We can build them bigger, stronger, more. We can take more money out of this property. Just let's do it together. Stay together. That universal energy. We're just working off of that. We can do this. We can do this. Except we can't. Brett is a star. He's a star. He's a firm, he has a firm foundation of being a star and being someone who has money. Why would you do this? To create this heartache and loss. Somebody's lying. That's what it's all built on a house of cards, and the lies will come out. That's just sad.
And they always want to talk about welfare recipients abusing the system.
Yes. And it's like they're so micro-focused on poor people who are gaming the system that they don't pay attention to these people who have money.
Actually abusing the system.
How much money
most other people are just taking what they need.
How much money was spent during the pandemic for pandemic aid? How many people gamed the system then? How many rich people?
The best thing Ronald Wilson Reagan, 666, ever did for the Republican Party was create the myth of the welfare queen, because he gave them a villain. He created a villain.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last 40 years, they have leached onto that villain, even though most of them are the ones that need it the most.
Yeah. Because they're the ones. They're the welfare queens. They're the one. It's always whatever you're doing, I'm doing it, and I'm telling on you because I'm doing it. And I don't want you to know that I'm doing it. I don't know.
This scheme was cooked up by somebody who had done it before that was they were close to. So it's somebody that has a connection to all three of these knuckleheads. They've done it before. They saw them doing it. So they're like, oh, we can do it too. I want to get rich too. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, wanting to hold on tight. He said, it's like why a lot of people get into real estate. Like, oh, so-and-so did it because they were able to make so-and-so and flip 2 houses. Whoever this was had done it before. Thing is, he didn't get caught. Their dumbasses got caught.
There is a guy who was helping them. He worked for some city in Mississippi.
Yeah, that's it then. He helped them cook up that man.
Because they got greedy. They got too greedy.
Yep. And here's the problem. These mother suckers are scared as hell.
Yeah.
They real scared because this is jail. This is federal crime. They about to be Brett, I am so glad you're used to showering in front of other men. Because you're going to probably have to shower in front of men for a little while in the future.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Orange.
I know it's a myth, but don't drop the soap, brother. All right. Drop the soap. We were talking about this. I don't know if it was the last live stream, during the live stream, or we were talking about it after the camera was turned off and we're having a chat backstage. But really, when you think about it, how old Earth is compared to how old humans are. We're babies, toddlers. We just got to standing up real good, and we're trying to say mama and then we may not even really be able to potty train yet in the age of geology, study of time and pressure, according to Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption. Those Shawshank Redemption fans know what I'm talking about. Humans are not that old. Does that mean the spirit realm is not that old either? Since humans are only 300,000 years old, does that mean spirit realm is relatively young too? Or is spirit realm old and we are just young? So how old is spirit realm? Is it as old as us? What's it older?
Well, I don't have all my cards down yet, but I can share what just came to mind, and that is that it's been around forever. Just because people haven't been incarnating on Earth for very long, relatively, doesn't mean that the spirit realm is relatively new. That's just what I have.
Or do we need to look at it as the spirit realm that holds the humans young? I don't know, just however you want to look at it. I screwed up the question, Lori. That's why nobody knows what the damn question is. The question is, human beings are not that old at 300,000 years. Is the spirit realm that our spirits occupy also young? Is how the question was properly written, and I should have read it as it was properly written. Sorry, Johnny.
I understood it. That's them out there. They in their remedial English.
I'm having a hot flash. I hate
Lori, get good. Level, madam, get good.
Okay.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's young too, but it's like the concept of time is just not the same. But it's Knight of Cups and the Three of Swords. Whatever that cosmetic thing is there as far as time goes, like remove that, because that's what we think of as time is not what they think of as time. We're here for just a blink. Even if you live 110 years, that means nothing. The Judgment and the Six of Swords, the transition is something, it just never stops. Whether you do it here or whether you do it elsewhere, it's like it goes and goes and goes like seasons. And so it just goes. Two of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Wands. And it's interesting with this deck too. You can tell the age of a tree by the rings and by its bark and all that other type of stuff. So there is a way to sort of pinpoint how young this really is, because it's a new concept is what I would call it, instead of a new thing. Because the Two of Pentacles is just saying that there's something wrong in the explanation. It's a newer concept because we have words for it now, but it's not a new thing. And so our Earth may be new, as you know, it's billions of years old, but new in the greater scheme of time. And humans may be even more so, but we are not a new thing. We're just new here, conceptually speaking. If that made any sense. Mm-hmm. But there you go. That's what I think.
So I don't know. It says so we as spirits are protectors of our world, protectors of what goes on in our world with the planning of humans on the actual surface of the planet to take root and grow and become stewards of the earth. Communication is very important between spirits and what's happening on the planet. But they're there to regulate what's going on. It's a mysterious behind the veil kind of situation, but they help regulate and give us the visions that we need in order for us to evolve and move through the lifespan that we have here on the planet. So I don't know that the spirits are as young as we are, because when you have, I don't know if you even have ascended masters at that point, because you can't, ascended masters would be as old as we are, but the other spirits, maybe from other planets or alien life or whatever, that seems to have been around a lot longer. So, I don't know.
No, it is not, because we have been, it's not as young as we are with the, sorry.
She's gone.
Oh, Jesus, Mercury's in retrograde. Okay. I'm back. That is not at all. I had a moment where I saw the cards reflected backwards, and I had a whole scenario that went in my head really quickly, and which basically equated to like me thinking I had dementia and not realizing that I was just looking at the cards reflected backwards to me. I had a little mild panic attack. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Mercury's in retrograde. With the 6 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles reversed. No, it's been solid. We've been recycling for a very long time. It is not as young as we are. What I think is very interesting, though, we confuse what we define as the spirit world. We think the spirit world only consists of this meat suit, things that look like the meat suit, and it doesn't. There's actually many things that consist of the spirit world. Therefore, it is as old as the Big Bang. We just want to try to quantify it with a time that correlates with human existence, and that's just not the case. If that made any cat snatching sense. Okay, we've got time for one more. I love this, and I think it's a really good way to end. What is the lesson we as humans will eventually learn? Will we learn to stop having these little petty ass arguments? Will we learn that better living conditions for some means better living conditions for all? Will we stop obliterating other countries to take little resources that we think we need and calling it war? What is the lesson that we will learn?
I don't know how far into the future this is referring to. First of all, people are going to realize how resilient we are just as a species, I guess, just as a whole. They're going to also learn that some things can be better solved with compassion, coming from a place of compassion instead of maybe like blame or like a place of shaming other people or whatever. Some things, it's best to respond, take the time to respond rather than just react. We're going to realize that we're so quick to just snap into conflict instead of trying to work things out in other ways. And see, this is why I don't know how far in the future this is referring to, but eventually humanity will learn that our immaturity caused our own problems, basically. Yeah, that we rely so much on like the knee-jerk reactions, is that what they call it, instead of like taking the time to actually think about it and come from a place of compassion.
I like that. What you got, Tony?
So the collective will finally, and this is probably like thousands of years from now, we'll learn how to trust that this place we call the planet Earth is here for us, it's not here for us to plunder, it's here for us to take care of. And you know, our place in the world. You know, we're dancing as fast as we can, some of us, to try to get this point across. With that, you know, in the physical, that's really important to dance to your own drummer, dance to the beat of your own drummer, but the wisdom that is involved in living your day-to-day. What's your day-to-day look like? Where do you find your wisdom in, you know, in your adversity, in the lessons that you learn? How is it that, you know, what do you do to follow your dreams? There will be a transformation. There will be a change. And that change will bring in some balance. So that's the message that I have.
I love that deck. Oh, I love that deck.
It's so pretty.
I love that deck. Every time you use that deck. This is the reaction that I have. That's just what it does.
Big mood.
I love that deck. What you got, Johnny?
I don't have that, no.
I love
I have that eventually, this is probably 3,619 years from now, but healthcare will be a right. And when you're born, you have healthcare, period, for the rest of your life. That's what I get. The Empress, King of Pentacles. Empress is about life, control over life. Page of Pentacles, there's also a document, or it might be the Constitution or whatever, not just here, but I mean everywhere, that healthcare will be a right. And so this is going to take some time because, mind you, there are places on Earth that are ruled by ancient traditions and misogyny and patriarchy and that type of thing, to where, you know, some men get rights for healthcare, but that's about it. So, but it's going to be a right because it's necessary for life. And this is not in the reading, but this may come on the back of like a plague or something like that, to where we almost lost this one. And, you know, there's like 9 people on Earth. So it's like healthcare is a right from now on, no matter where it is you live. But
we just came out of a plague.
I was just thinking that.
Not that one. I mean, worse, because this is inner wisdom. This is something everybody's going to see. You can't get people to put a mask on to go in the airport and the grocery store. So this is not shocking. 1 million people is a lot, but it's not shocking for whatever reason. This one would be shocking, to where there's like 9 people on Earth, and to where you're going to do something.
Well, there weren't very many people left after the Black Plague or whatever, way back then.
And back then, you could get anybody to wear a mask, because you would literally see somebody falling over dead in the street from the Black Plague, and everybody was scared. Everybody's not scared of COVID. So it'll be a little different going forward, because if humans don't share nothing else, they will share germs. And so it's coming back.
Sure will. Ugh. Love humans, but we nasty. The Empress and Justice, we will learn that what we reap is what we sow. A lot of karmic lessons. We will have to learn things the hard way, but we will finally see it. It won't take 1 million people dying from COVID. It won't take whatever this new plague that Johnny's talking about. That will be the birth, or maybe that will be the birth of what finally people saying the karmic lessons. You create your balance with the Empress and the Justice card. We will realize that the best approach to conflict is to walk away, or we will maybe do it this way, walk away from conflict, because again, when you've obliterated half of the earth through war, you'll realize that there's no more earth to land or fight over. So we'll learn through some hard lessons, walk away from the conflict. It just ain't worth it. Queen, I love, there's going to be some maybe importance, emphasis on the divine feminine, that's kind of what I'm getting with the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. We may start to maybe have a balance, or maybe move out of some of the more patriarchal dominated cultures, and maybe start, because I'm hearing feminine thought, feminine touch. So maybe we can finally get rid of I don't want to say toxic masculinity, and I want to be very careful with also saying that all of the cons of patriarchy, but there may be more of a balance with the divine feminine, that it will start to penetrate more of everyday life and laws and government. It's kind of how I'm getting these 2 cards, versus just in our daily life, in our homes. It will start to kind of balance out more. That's what I got. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. Sienna, Tony, Johnny, and myself. I guess I should thank myself for showing up. Thanks to all 215 of you guys for joining tonight. Thank you to all of the moderators. You kick booty. Thank you guys so much. We will be live next Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Shining Hot Healings channel. So please come check us out. In the meantime, you guys, take care of yourselves. Mercury retrograde wears itchy dollar store panties, and she's going to try to take you out any way she can. So repeat that trick. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.